class of 1996, there was a high school basketball player ranked ahead of Kobe that had a 50-inch vertical. So the question is, why didn't he make the NBA? So meet Ronnie Fields. Now in 95, Ronnie was a junior at Farragut Academy in Illinois. And Kevin Garnett, who was a senior on that team, was just a few months away from being the first high school player drafted to the NBA in decades. But Ronnie, who was averaging over 20 points per game, was the team's best player, and KG has said that himself. Now, to put into context just how legendary Ronnie Fields was in high school, as a freshman in high school, ESPN labeled him as the best player in the class of 96, ahead of Kobe. And as a sophomore, he was the first underclassman ever to be invited to play at Nike's Best of the Best All-American camp. When Ronnie was a junior and Garnett a senior, the team went 28-2 and sold out every arena on their way to being the Chicago City champion. And then when KG graduated and Ronnie had one more year of high school ball, he somehow took his game to another level, averaging over 32 points. Ronnie Fields had 372 dunks in high school. He was obviously named Mr. Basketball in Illinois, and because he was playing in Chicago during the peak of the Bulls dynasty, people were calling him the next Michael Jordan. However, on February 26, 1996, Fields suffered a tragedy that would change his life forever. A week before the city playoffs, Fields got into a serious car accident. And after breaking 3 vertebrae in his neck, he needed emergency surgery. Fields no longer had the option to go right to the NBA out of high school. Ronnie committed to DePaul, but because he was academically ineligible, he never played for them. He then spent the next decade playing pro basketball around the world, but after the injury, Fields was never the same player. At 6'3", he was Derrick Rose before Derrick Rose. Ronnie had so much potential, even Michael Jordan was following his career. A few years after Ronnie's injury, he played pickup with Jordan, and Mike made sure he matched up against him the whole time. Today, Ronnie runs a youth basketball program in Chicago called Ronnie Fields Elite, and he's also the varsity coach at Hope Academy. It's one of the greatest what-ifs in basketball history. And if you want to hear